we're back for the second video, and I'm going to be doing about in regards to the Little Mermaid. If we take a look over at their Rotten Tomatoes score, it's still locked at 95% for the audience and 67% for the reviewers, well, the critics. But again, as I showed you last time, when you click on it, and this time when you see the 95% verified audience score, when you go to all audience score, that is at 56% rotten. Now, this is not uncommon because, Rotten Tomatoes did something pretty similar in regards to the Ms. Marvel movie when they were trying to make it look like the movie was actually a success, when it turned out nobody could care less about what was happening with it. So the all audience got at 56%, and the all critics at 67%, the top critics it's at 49%. The best they could get with the all critics was 67%, but when you go to the top critics, it's at 49%. So this is really the score. It should really be showing here 56% rotten and 49% rotten also. But they're not going to do that. It's not been going very well for the Little Mermaid overseas. Check out this article here from Deadline. The Little Mermaid splashes to 164 million global bow, but there's something fishy overseas as Disney picked beset by review bombing. Before I even get to the review bombing, 164 million. I think it's probably gone up a little bit more than that by now. But they're trying to spin this like it's some massive global success. It's not. It really isn't. This movie, when you think about the amount of money that they've spent with this movie and the amount of money that they've spent with just the promotional and marketing and things, because they actually showed it during the Super Bowl, which is a lot of money. They've constantly been bombarding the airways with it and all of this stuff. This movie, right, would have to make somewhere in the vicinity of maybe 750 to 800 million just to break even, or even to make like a little bit of a profit. And it's not doing that. It's really and truly not getting the kind of traction that Disney wants, because people are seeing through what they're doing. And the diehards who just want to be out there and consume anything and call everybody anything, they're starting to realize these people have no money. And even if some of them do have money, they're a very small audience. The vast majority of what you should be doing, you're not doing that. Instead, you're just taking traditional characters, race swapping them, and acting like everybody's supposed to be happy that you put in that time and effort to do that. Let's go through some of this article here and see. Disney's live-action take on The Little Mermaid is doing swimmingly at the domestic box office. That's one way of putting it. With a 3-day opening of 95.5 million. Now keep in mind, they were estimating this to do something like 180 to, it was something like 160 to 180 million over the 3 and 4 day weekend, right? And let's say here the 4-day prediction of 117.5 million. So it's not doing what it was supposed to do at all. Okay, factoring in the international box office bow of 68.3 million, that makes for an estimated 163.8 million global debut through Sunday, right? That was the long weekend, right? The offshore launch is lower than hoped for coming into the frame, but it bears noting that there was something fishy going on in overseas market with so-called review bombing in such areas as France, Korea, Germany, and beyond. It's always review bombing when people come out and say they don't like something. Now, okay, look at this here. Spider-Man Across the SpiderVerse is out. I haven't seen it yet. I will get it when I get a chance to go. But I'm thinking maybe I might do a double feature with this and Transformers, or I could probably skip Transformers, and because I have 3 movies on this month. I don't know if I might have the time to watch all 3, but I definitely think I want to see Spider-Man Across the SpiderVerse and Flash. But that's for now, right? So when you look at it here, right, Spider-Man Across the SpiderVerse, 97% audience score, 95% critic score. When we click on it here now, right? I mean, this is a verified audience score all audience score 96, right? So all audience score is 96, verified is 97. Go to critics, all critics 95, top critics 95. You understand me? There's no review bombing here. You understand? Because keep in mind, right? This is a movie starring Miles Morales. Now, I have said before, I'm not a big fan of Miles Morales in the comics. I think, he's just basically, as Young River puts it, Peter Darker. That's pretty much it. You understand me? He doesn't have an identity of his own in the comics, and I've talked about that at length before in other videos. But I actually enjoyed the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie, and this one seems to be going okay. When I get a chance to view it, I will do a review for it. Right. There's no review bombing here. You understand me? There's no review bombing here. But the minute people don't like your blatant race swapping of an established white character in The Little Mermaid, even if you don't go by the Disney version, the original Hans Christian Andersen comic, The Little Mermaid is white. It's a Danish story. It doesn't get much whiter than that. You could have made an original movie, but why the hell do that when you could just race swap a character and then just accuse everybody of being racist? It's easy that way. So they come out here talking about review bombing and all of this. I'm going to continue on a little bit there. While the Rob Marshall directed of this has a 95% verified audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, check the other one and you're going to see a difference. Film ratings website overseas, including IMDb in the UK and Brazil, have posted advisories during the rollout when negative user reviews appeared in questionable abundance. Yeah, it's always the negative review, there's a negative that, you understand? Because these movies are so fantastic according to them. All anybody wants to do is just go out there and just continue on. They go on. As we noted in our global preview, The Little Mermaid was expected to be more of a domestic play at the outset. No, it wasn't. We were thought we were going to do smashingly well. However, it's fairly astonishing to see these overseas reactions largely believed to be led by internet trolls. Yep, and they go on and on and on about how these internet trolls are out there and they're doing this and they don't like the movie and they want to put up all kind of negative reviews and all kind of this and all kind of that. When in reality, what I have heard from people is that the movie is not terrible, it's not great. There are a lot of problems with it. People are saying that, Halle Bailey's singing and stuff is fantastic, but the movie does not have anything to really hook you. It's just another soulless, pointless, ridiculous output by Disney, and people are tired of it. But you're out there calling people internet trolls and talking about review bombing and all kind of madness and all kind of this. You understand me? Everybody's out here review bombing everything. Meanwhile, you look at Spider-Man Across the SpiderVerse, there's no review bombing going on there. But no, there's a whole bunch for this because everybody dislikes this, right? And when you get tired of calling people, racist for not liking this movie, what is the next best thing? Call them terrorists. That's how you do it. I'm serious. Look at this here. Ratings terrorism. Overseas response to The Little Mermaid. Yeah. So because people don't like it, now they're terrorists. Boy. Fans and haters turned out to local movie theaters this weekend to be some of the first to see Disney's live-action remake of the 1989 classic The Little Mermaid. You had to start off with haters. Oh, God, boy. They go on about the number one movie. Well, let me get to the part where they're talking about it. Right. While the film has faced a ton of backlash from Bailey's casting to the CGI quality and to plot updates, all of which you just mentioned, there are legitimate reasons people have to be upset about it. You cast a black woman to play Ariel, a traditionally white character. We know why you did it. You know why you did it. People who supporting it know why you did it, but they can't get their heads out of Disney's behind long enough to admit it, so that's what we're getting. The terrible CGI quality. I mean, God's sake, just look at Sebastian and Flounder. Not to mention that horrible scuttlebutt song or whatever. Not to mention the plot updates and all kind of stuff, because the whole thing at the end of the animated movie, when Eric was the one who drove the ship into Ursula, defeating her, that's what made King Triton really start to realize, humans aren't so bad as the other. No, that has to be changed, because this is 2023 and no man can save no woman, she had to save him. So okay. US audiences are having an overwhelmingly positive reaction to seeing the film in its entirety. Yeah, that's why there have been a few fights in cinemas over it. The movie, however, has met with a lopsided reaction from overseas markets. In fact, audiences in different markets are actively fighting against the success of the film. Nobody's fighting against the success of the film. People are just not going to watch it. That's all. People are just not going to watch it. If it was a great movie and there was great word of mouth, people would go and watch it. But people are not going to watch it. Deadline cited racially tinged commentary and an effort by internet trolls to bomb ratings of the film online. There have been anti-black social media campaigns, even though there were complaints of whitewashing Halle Bailey in promo posters in China. China wasn't the only country to suffer this discrepancy. France, Germany, and Korea also suffered targeted action against The Little Mermaid. In Germany, the film had a 0.7 out of 10 before it even released to theaters. Yeah. Excuse me. Movie rating site response to ratings terrorism. Deemed ratings terrorism. Deadline explained that there was a trend of negative reviews receiving hundreds of likes and positive reviews getting hundreds of thumbs down. I mean, it's one thing to say that, that people don't like a movie. It's another thing to blatantly come out and accuse people of ratings terrorism because they don't like your soulless remake of a movie. People are entitled to their opinions. There are people who like the movie, and I say for them, okay, fine, you are entitled to like whatever you like, that's your business. I'm not going to say anything about that. You like whatever you like, okay. If somebody legitimately doesn't like it, you're coming out here to say that they're racially review bombing it and that they're terrorists. And these people wonder why nobody gives a damn about Disney anymore. Honestly, they really wonder why. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell, notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.